Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Thursday evening. And first and foremost, as always, even though the Lakers just lost, I want to give out positive vibration and vibes to everybody who could be listening. Now, as you all know, I typically do this show in the mornings, but I just could not wait because we got some things we need to discuss tonight. And plus, I probably won't be available in the AM because your boy will be traveling. But with all that being said, we know that the Los Angeles Lakers traveled to the Central Time Zone this evening and went down to Beale Street to take on the Beale Street Bears, the mighty Memphis Grizzlies. And we know the outcome was not too kind for the Los Angeles Lakers. It was 108-95. Now, you would think that with this game being as important as it was, even though it's an early season game, that the Lakers would have came out and did a lot better job of taking care of the basketball, which they did not. And we will talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. But back to what I was saying as far as the records is concerned, had the Lakers won this game, Memphis would have dropped to 6. Lakers would have moved up to 5, and that would have put the Clips at number 4, and the Lakers and the Clips with the same exact record, with the Clips having the tiebreaker. But of course, the Lakers could not beat the Grizzlies on this evening. And I know last show we talked about, and a lot of people said, you got to put the onus on Anthony Davis. You got to put the onus on Anthony Davis. Look, I'm putting it on Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis needs to play more in the paint. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, whose responsibility is it to get his ass in the paint? I know it's his, but the coaching staff has to draw up plays. Now, one thing I will say for the Lakers, the ball movement was still better tonight. You saw a lot of cuts going on. I saw pick and roll action and even LeBron running off screens on the backside of pick and rolls, backdoor cuts as far as being able to score the basketball and making the extra passes. And we're going to talk about all the different things I think that contributed to the Lakers' loss. But I know Charles Barkley the other day, and I know people disagreed with some of the things that I was saying, because I wasn't disagreeing with Charles Barkley saying that Anthony Davis needs to step up and be more aggressive. But I disagree with Charles Barkley taking no blame for Frank Vogel. Oh, Frank Vogel's a great coach. And man, that's bull crap. Frank Vogel is not a great coach. He's not been a great coach. I mean, he comes with great defensive schemes, but at the end of the day, he is not a great X's and O's coach when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, and he does not know how to have the proper rotations, nor has he done the proper rotations since he has been the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And you can see that tonight. And the main glaring thing at me, I want to see, are y'all watching the same game as I am? Because to me, it's all about matchups. So the Lakers had been going big with Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard had proved himself, and DeAndre Jordan had made his way out of the lineup, which is the one good thing that I think Frank Vogel has done by keeping DeAndre Jordan out of the lineup, but still also being able to play big. Now, when you're going, the NBA is all about matchups. So when you're going against the Memphis Grizzlies, you're going against a center who is actually a damn grizzly bear himself, Steven Adams. This dude is going to go so beast in the paint. You know he's an MMA fighter. He's strong. He's going to be active on the glass, and he's going to be active down low. It was times in which Anthony Davis looked like a little boy. Like, I don't understand. Anthony Davis is not a monster in the paint. He getting bodied just like he did kind of in Boston with Williams sometimes in the paint, to where he is not being effective in the paint. And then if your game plan was to draw Steven Adams out of the paint and open up room for the Lakers like THT, LeBron, or Westbrook to be able to drive to the paint by bringing the center outside the paint, then that wasn't a very effective game plan, because in order to do so, you have to have a center who is capable of hitting from the outside. And Anthony Davis was 1 for 4 for 3. He doesn't even need to be shooting threes. And then you got a coach, Vogel, who keeps saying, well, he's going to keep shooting them. He's going to keep shooting them for what? If you're not a good three-point shooter, why the hell are you going to keep shooting it? Because you want to come with a philosophy of spreading the floor out. Let me tell you something. Dwight Howard is like 6 for 9 on the year from 3, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Look it up. And he had a meaningless three-point tonight. But at the end of the day, if he can be effective, use him. Still play big. I'm not saying use Dwight Howard to spread the floor. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But occasionally you could bring him outside. But at the end of the day, how did Dwight Howard only have 9 minutes when you're going against another team that's gritty and grimy, and you got AD, who is the softest, probably one of the soft, and I hate to say it, but it's true, is one of the softest dudes in the whole Western Conference, and you got him going up against in the paint against Steven Adams, and which makes absolutely no sense. And the Lakers, okay, they did start off good with that lineup. That's understood. But What I'm trying to tell you all, the Grizzlies figured that out real quick, and they understood what they had to do on the defensive end. And the Grizzlies was playing very predictable on the offensive side of the ball, so it wouldn't have been hard to defend what they were doing. They were just running a lot of high pick and roll action and swinging the ball around and getting open shots on the perimeter. They weren't even getting to the inside of the paint. Really, that's one the primary focus. So the Lakers could have did a better job defensively guarding the perimeter. But of course, Frank Vogel, of course, another one of his mistakes that he made was, instead of not playing big and playing Dwight Howard and letting Dwight Howard start, letting Anthony Davis play at the 4 spot, which he's more comfortable playing at, of course, he started THT again. So then, not only last time he was starting THT when Avery Bradley was still nicked up and injured and not starting, so he was putting in THT when I was saying Monk. But then he trotted out the lineup tonight of a starting lineup of THT, Westbrook, LeBron James, Avery Bradley, and Anthony Davis at center. Now, let me ask you all something. Even though Avery Bradley was 2 out of 2 from three-point range tonight, let me ask you this. When that is the starting lineup, how many sharpshooters do you got out there? THT is not a sharpshooter. As a matter of fact, he's averaged 10% from the three-point line the past 4 or 5 games. He only had 10 points tonight. Although he did shoot 50%, he got to the free throw lines a total of 0 times. So you telling me he's not being aggressive enough to where he can get to the line, draw a foul, and why is he starting? If he's 20, 21 years old, what is he doing in the starting lineup? Why are you not starting Malik Monk, somebody who's really capable of spreading the floor, capable of creating off the dribble, capable of doing all the things that THT can do? But you might say, well, he's not as good on the defensive end, but he's no worse than THT on the defensive end, in my humble opinion. At the end of the day, he's going to give you the effort, and he says what he needs to do is play hard on the defensive end so he can increase his playing minutes. And I think that's something that he has been giving you. But where the Lakers really fell off tonight, not only the horrible play from Russell Westbrook, who Westbrook only got you 9 points, but why did Russell Westbrook only shoot 9 shots tonight? Shot 9 shots. He was 2 out of 3 from three-point line. So you telling me he was 3 out of 9. If he was 3 out of 9 and 3 of those shots was threes, then you telling me he only made 1 other shot the whole night that wasn't a 3? So you mean to tell me a whole game you can play Russell Westbrook and he can only have 1 damn shot that he made? Besides for 2 3-pointers, which is actually good for him, making those 3-pointers, which he has been getting better, making open 3-point shots. But the point is, when you playing Westbrook with THT and LeBron, how many damn shots do you expect for Westbrook to get so he can get it going? And you saw the other night in the third quarter what he can do when he's capable of pushing it up the floor and putting pressure on the defense and breaking down the defense and hitting open shooters like a Wayne Ellington. If anything, you could have put Wayne Ellington in the starting lineup with Avery Bradley over THT. Why in the hell is THT getting the starting lineup? And then why in the hell, if you know you playing a back-to-back tomorrow and the game is out of reach, why in the hell are you playing LeBron James and Anthony Davis 38 minutes when the game was well out of reach? And even though they could have cut it when it was 4 minutes left in the game and you possibly could have cut it to 8, what kind of play do you draw up? You have LeBron James dribble, and throw it to AD so he can shoot a damn 3 with nobody down there to rebound? Is that the play that you drew up? And nobody want to blame Frank Vogel like this has nothing to do with him. Look, y'all, LeBron James, 37 years old. I keep being positive. I keep saying the Lakers have what it takes. And I still believe that. In my heart of hearts, the Lakers have what it takes to compete for a Western Conference championship and compete for a title. But they have to be able to be in the right position to be able to be successful. And the coach is not putting them in the right position because he keeps trotting out these dumbass lineups. Now, he finally listened to the media or whoever the hell else told him to bring DeAndre Jordan out of the lineup, which, the truth be told, I think when they got to arguing, y'all didn't peep it. I want to say in the Kings game, when they got to arguing, he ain't put him back in since. And that's personal. So you letting personal get in between the business. I don't know if y'all know 3-6 Mafia, since we talking about Memphis, and I love me some Memphis anyway. They had an old song, I want to say DJ Squeaker, DJ Paul, Volume 13 back in the day. Everything is business, ain't personal. Vogel, everything is business. And if Jeannie Buss want to know some business, then she need to get rid of Frank Vogel. Now, I don't give a damn what Charles Barkley anybody saying. Everybody, oh, man, y'all using him as a scapegoat. Y'all using him as a scapegoat. Look, I understand there's 11 new players and you have some chemistry issues that you need to work out. But by this point in the season, if your ass don't know how to rotate your players and know the strength and weaknesses of your team and you want to try it out, oh, well, I'll go big this game. Well, that worked. Or I'll go big this game. Well, this game, I'm going to use AD at the center. What in the hell made you think that you wanted to use Anthony Davis at center against the Memphis Grizzlies? So when they play Memphis on December the 27th or the 29th or whenever the hell it is, I'm going to try to be in attendance. And, man, if I can get close enough, I might have to just pay extra money so I can sit behind Frank Vogel so I can roast this ass up because I don't understand. And if you look at the statistics of the game, you're talking about Memphis shot 44% for the game. The Lakers shot 46% for the game. So how you shoot 46% for the game and the other team shoot 44% for the game and you still lose? You want to know how? You want to know how you still lose? The reason how you still lose is because all them damn turnovers. LeBron, you careless with the ball. Westbrook, you hella careless with the ball. And these weren't a lot of forced turnovers like, don't get me wrong, the Grizzlies played hella good defense. They tied up a lot of balls, made them jump. And think about it, Dillon Brooks, their best defender, not even playing. Ja Morant, their best point guard, is not even playing. Now, this is not an anomaly because since Ja Morant is gone out, I don't think the Grizzlies lost a damn game. I want to say they won 4 or 5 in a row. So the Grizzlies are the truth. And they playing that old grit and grind defense and something that Tony Allen and Zebo would be proud of because they are playing that defense that we know they are fully capable of. And, of course, the Lakers were atrocious from the free throw line. Again, 64% from free throw, 11 out of 17. Of course, the Grizzlies weren't too better at 12 out of 18 and 66%. So that was kind of like a wash. But at the end of the day, when I told you about the percentages, how did the Lakers shoot at 46% to their 44% and still lose? It's because the Lakers had 78 shots. And guess how many shots the Grizzlies had? 94. What's that? 70, 88? That's damn 16 more shots. So you mean to tell me that one team had 16 more opportunities than the other team? And it wasn't because of rebounding, because guess what? The Grizzlies only had 2 more rebounds than the Lakers did. The Grizzlies only had 2 more rebounds than the Lakers did. So how did they get damn 14 more shots than them? Well, I tell you how they did it. Because all them damn turnovers. The Lakers had 22 turnovers compared to the Grizzlies' 11 turnovers. Now, Memphis turned that into 27 points. So out of the Lakers' 22 turnovers, they turned that into 27 points. Now, you take even half of that and half of their points off turnovers, then you talk about a game in which the Lakers would have won. But as we all know, like I said, Westbrook, very careless with the ball, did not finish at the rim at all. So if I had to put this loss on any one player, I would put that on that of Russell Westbrook because he really did not show up tonight. 9 points from Russell Westbrook is unacceptable. We all know the past 7 or 8 games, Westbrook been giving you 27, 9, and 9, and now all of a sudden he come out and give you 9 points and just lay an egg like that. But at the same token, I will say a lot of that, like I said, is to do with Frank Vogel because you cannot have THT, Bradley, and Westbrook and LeBron on the floor at the same time with AD as your center, especially AD is not even getting to the hole and not playing big in the paint. He out here taking these damn 18-foot jump shots. Get your ass down to the rim. Oh, but you getting bodied down there. You getting bodied down there, AD. So put him back at the 4 where he belong and play big with Dwight. Man, I've been trying to say all this about the Lakers, but I'm just going to go ahead and be honest right now, y'all. If Frank Vogel is still going to be the coach, then Frank Vogel ass is going to have the Lakers a first-round exit for real. Because if Frank Vogel is still going to be the coach, then the Lakers is going to be in for a whole lot of trouble. Now, you mean to tell me that the Lakers can only come out in the 4th quarter and only give you 17 points? They can only give you 17 points in the 4th quarter in a game that is winnable. So you mean to tell me 17 points? So you can't put all that on just LeBron James or Russell Westbrook. What is the coaching staff doing to put the players in position to be successful? You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you look at it, it was only 3 players on the Lakers who were all in the plus. That was Dwight Howard, Avery Bradley, and LeBron James, who were barely in the plus. The rest of the Lakers was in double negative. So that ought to let you know something right there. The rotations were not where they needed to be. The rotations were terrible by Frank Vogel. If you could play Dwight Howard more than 9 minutes, then I think they could have did a lot better because you would have had a rim protector and you could have had somebody who could go up directly against Adams. But Adams was clearly having his way in the paint with Anthony Davis and whoever else. The Lakers decided to get, whenever they got caught on the switch, then they get caught on the switch, and it's terrible. Because Dwight Howard, at his age, still defends the pick and roll very well. And the Memphis Grizzlies was running a lot of high pick and roll action and running a lot of high screen actions, just playing off the perimeter for the majority of the game, which was predictable. But yet the Lakers could not stop it. And to come out and only have 17 points, and you came out and won the first quarter 29-25. And it should have been more than that, but you let them go on a run. As soon as LeBron James goes to the bench, every time LeBron James goes to the bench, here come another team on another run. Then the second quarter, you lose 34-24. And then after that, they have been doing good in the third quarter. It was pretty tight, 26-25 in that third. They came out and actually made a run and tied it up and even took a lead. I want to say it was up by 4 or 5 in the third, but simply could not finish the quarter out as LeBron James went to get his rest. The same thing happens again. The Lakers just not able to get the job done because of Frank Vogel not playing the correct players. And you still not even giving Rondo a chance, even though Rondo, I know, is long in the tooth. Rondo can come in as a veteran and spell Westbrook and let him play with THT and others off the bench. At least he's going to be a capable ball handler who's going to be able to get people open shots and open looks like a Wayne Ellington. Carmelo Anthony, you didn't give us much tonight either. I didn't even look at your stat line, but to me, I don't even remember you being there. So you obviously didn't show up in the game, and your defense is horrific. But yet Frank Vogel insists on trotting them out there when the Lakers are in need of defensive stops. You continue to put Carmelo Anthony on the floor like he's just some kind of sharpshooter. At home, he is a three-point sharpshooter, but you got to pick and choose and know what the matchups are, when to bring in Carmelo and when not. Don't just pick one rotation and stick to it. And please, somebody, please, I'm going to have to watch the press conferences later on, and maybe while I'm traveling tomorrow at some point, I can do another recap once I hear the press conferences from Frank Vogel to see why in the hell he chose to start Anthony Davis at center tonight rather than going big with Dwight and just playing Dwight only 9 minutes when you're going against a team like the Memphis Grizzlies who like to get grimy, get and grit and grind down in the grindhouse. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. The Lakers are just looking like that mediocre team that everybody says that they are. I'm still not concerned. I still think that they got a lot turning around to do because they still have 2 of their players, some of their main pieces that they plan on using, even though Trevor Ariza old as dirt. He can still play a little bit of defense, and he's still capable of knocking down threes. But Kendrick Nunn is the young gun that the Lakers need to come in. And he talked a lot of ish the other day on Twitter to the Clippers, too. So I'm looking forward to Kendrick Nunn coming back into the fold, even though he's never actually got to play a game for Los Angeles. But the way he looked for Miami, I think he is more than capable of contributing to the Lakers. But at the end of the day, man, the Lakers got to do better than this. And for them to come out and lay an egg tonight, I think was disappointing to most people if you are a Los Angeles Lakers fan. You all know I love me some M-Town and I love Tennessee. And at the end of the day, it's a hard game for me to watch. So I try not to have a dog in the fight, but I do the best I can to be open and honest and non-biased when I watch any NBA game and break down the analysis and the film of it. And just at the end of the day, you know, everybody want to say scapegoat this and scapegoat that. But Frank Vogel, somebody tell me, put in the comments, if you're a Frank Vogel enthusiast, you actually believe in this rat cheese eating business suit wearing insecure barn mother. If you believe in him, tell me why. Tell me what he's done that's been good other than the Houston series in the playoffs in the bubble when he actually made adjustments. That's the only time. Because I see him night after night get out-coached by every coach he goes against. They make adjustments, and he does not. I think Fizdale, I can see the frustration in Fizdale's face, and I just wonder if Fizdale could somehow end up getting this job. But Jenny Buss is saying she is not going to reevaluate Vogel's job until the team is completely healthy. Well, hurry up, January, and get here so we can get completely healthy and see what the hell going to happen with Frank Vogel, because the Lakers cannot string together a 3-game winning streak for shit. But anyway, I got a flight to catch, y'all. So, as always, it's been real. Right on to the real. Much love to the haters. We're going to catch up tomorrow. Peace.